Well, good afternoon. I'm Rick Dancer, and this is about as real as it gets. I cannot tell you, probably 20 years, I've wanted to come to Bohemia Mountain, to a gold mine, a real gold mine, and talk to a gold miner, look at the property, and we just hit the mother lode today. So we are at the Gold Star Mine. That's Aaron Swan right there from Easy Credit Consulting. We figured that'd be a good person to sponsor a show like this. Plus, I can get her to do just about anything when it has to do with gold. And you guys, I gotta show you what this looks like because this is absolutely amazing. What you think, Aaron?
I think it's really cool. It's awesome.
Did you know this was out here?
No, and I've been gold panning when I was little up here somewhere in Cottage Grove, but I've never been to somewhere like this. This is pretty cool.
So this is where it all starts. Well, actually, it starts up the hill in the mines. There's actual mines up there. The rock is then brought down in here. Is it ore is what it is? So they bring ore into here. This is the first crushing story right here, that where it gets crushed, goes through this and down to here. And I'm going to show you where the rest of this goes in a second.
It is.
So this is Dick. Say hi, Dick.
Don't have to be on the other side?
No, you're right there. You're fine. You're fine right there.
Hi, how you doing?
So you just purchased this claim. So you don't own the land. The Forest Service owns the land.
That's correct.
And you purchased the claim. What does that mean for people that don't know?
We purchased the mineral rights and the equipment from the previous owner.
How many buildings are up here?
1, 2, 3, about 6.
And what do you plan to do with those?
We're going to shoot for historical preservation of it. And I'm going to crush a little rock. I need to make my money back.
So there's actually gold in them hills?
There's some nice gold.
But it's not, you're not going to just chip it away and see it. You have to work for it, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
So
if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it.
And this is your retirement?
This is my retirement.
In fact, right now you're 3 days into your retirement, and You're looking around going, I got work to do. So what do you love about doing this?
I don't know. No, it's easy. It's not a job, it's a lifestyle. And I like that. You're by yourself, you're out in the woods. You can you can do what you, well, you can't do what you want, but damn close.
Because there's a lot of restrictions with the Forest Service. I mean, rules and things that have to be going,
right.
and that's a good thing for the environment, because mining isn't like it used to be. And you guys don't want to ruin the land either. You want to take care of it because you live here.
Yeah, we're trying to get this back to what it was, back to its glory days. And you just can't go and rip everything up. There's all kinds of federal rules and regulations, so you have to abide by that. But we do a little different type of mining. We do a little bit underground, and like I say, most of this is going to be historical preservation. There's very few places like this left in the state of Oregon. You could probably count them all on 2 hands.
Really?
There's very, very few.
So what did this used to be like up here?
I was born 100 years too late. I'd love to have been up here then.
A lot of people?
One time there was, I'd give or take maybe 15 people working here. This was a rather small one compared to like the Champion, where you had, like 300-400.
Poke my eye out.
Okay, guys. So this is where the cars were brought in with the ore in them, and they're brought in this building here. And now I'm going to take you down here. Hold on. And I'll pull out my light source. So there is the little cars where the ore is brought in, and then it's put in to that crusher. So this is the second, right?
This is the secondary crusher.
Second crusher goes there, and then it's going to go down underneath the ground to the next one. How many times does it go through a crusher, Dick?
Twice.
So it goes through 2 crushers here.
It's cool how it has all the different layers and the openings and stuff.
I mean, you realize you're in like a historic mill. I mean, you're really in it's an old mill.
Super cool.
It's an old gold. So guys, here we go.
Back in the 60s, the Forest Service went through and burnt a bunch of these up. They had that purification plan.
So a lot of these buildings didn't survive.
No, during Al Gore was a real pain in the ass too.
So here's more equipment, still here, ready to be used. Comes down in here. Okay. Now look, you guys, you got to see this. So this
That's a ball mill.
this is what?
A ball mill.
A ball mill. So what is a ball mill, Dick?
Well, we go around the front over here. I got the front off of it. As it turns, see all the little steel balls in there?
Uh-huh.
Those roll around with water flowing through, and it crushes the ore up. Then there's a screen goes in front of this. All the pieces are behind it. As it flows through, the screen's the right size.
It falls through.
Even what screen you put in, usually 40 mesh. And then it would go to the tables that used to be here.
And you guys, this is the generator that runs everything up here. This is where the electrical power comes
All
from.
the cabins, everything.
The cabins, the equipment up here. It couldn't happen without. We're standing here talking, and Erin is sponsoring the show, and you changed the name.
Yeah, because we're switching our style. It was credit repair, and we just repaired people's credit, and it just was such a needed thing for people to have the financial part that we just kind of transitioned into that. We were able to help people more get their money under control, and a lot of the credit problems come from money problems, and so we help teach them boundaries and self-restraint and make actionable plans to get to where they want to go, whether it be a vacation, retirement, buying a house, a boat, whatever it is. We help them retrain themselves so that they can get to where they want to go.
So the name again is
Abundant Life Babes. Women are who we usually help. We do help dudes, but generally women, we want to help empower them financially.
Hey, hold on. So this is Sarah. What's your last name, Sarah?
Sarah Smith,
And she is with the.
Cottage Grove Prospectors and Gold Diggers, and we're the ones that do the breakfast on the mountain during Bohemia days. And I'm also president of the Bohemia Gold Mining Museum in Cottage Grove.
So how many miners still live out here, or out here with claims?
Well, during mining season, I don't know. There's people out here during mining season. I don't think anybody lives up here all year round anymore. You can't work in the winter up here.
Laws.
Yeah.
But what about in terms of how many people have claims up here?
Well, at one time, like around 1900, there were 2,000 registered mining claims in Bohemia. But yeah, there's not 2,000 anymore, but.
And how important culturally is mining to Cottage Grove?
It had a lot to do with the growth and development of Cottage Grove. Gold was discovered out here in 1863, and that started our little gold rush that we had when Bohemia Johnson discovered gold, and everybody wanted to go up to Bohemia Johnson's mines and stake a claim. That's how the area got its name, the Bohemia Mines.
Okay, but tell the backstory, Aaron. You got to listen to this. The backstory of Bohemia Johnson. He was kind of running away from something.
Yeah, Bohemia Johnson was on the run from the law. He killed an Indian in Roseburg, and he got in trouble, and he fled to the mountains to try to get away from trouble. And he just happened to accidentally discover gold when he shot a deer, and he was skinning out the deer, and he kicked over a rock in the creek, and it was a piece of quartz with some gold in it. And so he gathered up some samples and came into town and staked his claim, and that started the gold rush to the Bohemia Mines.
So then did they forgive him?
I don't know what happened to Bohemia Johnson
We
after
don't know
that.
where Bohemia Johnson ended up, but he hasn't been heard of in a long time.
But a lot of other people have been having a good time looking for what he was looking for.
So when you come up here, and why'd you bring us up here? Why is this so? There's very little of this left.
Yeah, this is a very unique spot. A lot happened out here. There were hundreds and thousands of people that have worked out here over the years and the centuries, and we're trying to preserve as much of that history as we can in the Bohemia Gold Mining Museum, because it's really hard out here. There's weather and vandalism, and time takes its toll on buildings. So this is kind of a unique spot that there's anything still standing that you can look at and get a feel of the history.
And so this is important that Dick and his wife and family are taking care of this.
We are so thankful that they have it and are helping to take care of it, and that the Forest Service wants to preserve it in some way and are looking for ideas and partners to help with the preservation.
So while I got you here, let's talk about the breakfast.
Sure.
This is like the biggest deal. It's one of the many activities for Bohemia Mining Days. But people come, and that's like an hour from town.
Yeah, it's about an hour and a half to get to the Bohemia Saddle. This is the 54th year that the Cottage Grove Prospectors and Gold Diggers have been doing the miners' breakfast at Bohemia.
54 years.
Yeah. So it started in 1964 when some of the miners said, hey, let's they were camped out up there and they were having breakfast, and they said, let's invite some people up here to have some flapjacks and eggs with us. And so the next year they sold pancakes and eggs for $1, and people came, and the next year more people came, and the next year, anyway, it just kept growing and growing, and now we have about 1,000 people a year.
I know, Aaron. Oh, here, show that face, Aaron.
It's super early too. It's like an hour and a half to get here, and it starts at like 8 o'clock.
It starts at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
6 a.m.
So you have to be up before
And there's
then,
12
like 2 hours at least.
and 1,200 people, and a warning just to people. We want you to come because this is like a super cool thing. But don't drive your low little sports car. You need to get in an SUV or something, a Subaru or something, because the road isn't unpassable, but it's challenging.
It's rugged and steep, and that's about as good as it's going to get.
But that's what makes it fun, because it's a challenge.
It's an adventure.
And you get ham and eggs and pancakes.
Yeah, you do. All you can eat pancakes, ham, eggs, coffee, juice. It costs $7 for adults, $4 for kids. Have a little snack before you come, because there might be a wait in line.
With 1,200 people, I would think, yeah.
Make sure you got air in your tires and gas in your tank.
And the good thing is, too, guys, just so you know, they bring people in one way and out the other way. So you're not going to be backing and running into people coming the other direction. It's very well orchestrated. After 54 years, they kind of know how us city folk are.
Yeah, we try.
Yeah, we try. What else do people know about Bohemia Mountain and the mining and the folks that live out here or work out here and do these things?
For me, it's just a magical place. It's that rugged beauty. I'm a mountain person anyway. I love the mountains, but we have such a treasure of natural beauty around this area, southern Lane County and Cottage Grove, and it's just a stunning example of nature's beauty that we have, and we have access to it. The place where we have the breakfast is a Lane County park. It's Lane County's only high alpine park. It's in an adoption agreement with the Lane County Park System, the Bohemia Mine Owners Association, and the Cottage Grove Prospectors and Gold Diggers, and we all work to help try to keep that place in shape.
Well, I got to tell you, this has been a dream of mine for like 20 years to come up, and I love this kind of stuff because this is kind of who started all this. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the people who had the guts and the stamina to build these places and do this.
And that's why we do what we do with the breakfast in Bohemia Days, is because we love it. And it's like a labor of love to share it with other people.
And we might as well tell people, if for some of the younger people like my age,
Thanks.
All the young 20-somethings, like Rick.
How about 80?
hey, whoa, Tom and Dick, we were becoming so close. They really could use some help from the next generation because they need more people involved that are not just people my age and older. They need some young people with still brown hair to come in and help, because this needs to keep going, because it really is Cottage Grove's heritage and where it came from. Right.
Yeah, we'd like to keep it going another 54 years, but it's not going to happen unless we get some more people to help take it on year after year. We're not replacing our older volunteers with younger volunteers, and that's what we need.
Sarah, thank you for bringing us up here.
Sure.
Tom, hold on. I'm luckily. Oh yeah, here's the gold, guys.
Yeah, this is a sample of a real gold nugget, and it came from this area. It was given to me by
Let me do this.
An older miner.
There we go.
That mined it in 1953.
Look at that.
And he was nurturing to other young miners and said, this is seed gold. Now you go find some of your own.
That is so cool. All right, Tom.
Well, I thought Sarah ought to point out that we also have a park in town.
Bohemia.
On River Road, the Dr. Snap House is there, which is an historic dwelling. We work for scholarships for the high school kids and other objects around town.
And Tom is a former mayor of Cottage Grove.
Yes.
Former log truck driver who used to pass on these narrow little streets, Aaron. He used to pass other log trucks on the streets out here. And so you know these mountains. So coming back here all the way up, he's going, oh my gosh, I haven't seen trees this big in so long.
Yeah, really.
Kind of fun to be out here.
We should point out that the route they have to take to get to the breakfast is not like what we use coming up here.
No. You guys, you can make it. Don't let me scare you off. No. But I'm just saying, don't drive your Maserati. I mean, you need to get something that has four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive to get up here.
And if you do decide, be sure and follow the signs. A lot of people will take off and go up Champion Creek. which is very steep, very rough.
Oh, you mean we have to be able to read to do this too? This is getting really.
I just assume that you know.
This is getting really complex there, Tom. Okay, so Erin,
Yes.
thanks for bringing us up here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So Erin, you have to tell him. So Erin's like her car is really dirty. So I will get you. One of our other clients is Coburg Car Wash. I will get you a car wash at
Good.
Coburg Car Wash
Good.
because we all work together.
Yes.
And I told her we were coming to a mine. I had no idea you were going to get to come see this.
Yeah.
And they had to shuttle us up here too.
Yeah, I only drove so far. So, you know what would be a good idea?
Tell me.
Somebody on the breakfast morning, find out where they come down and set up a car wash. People are going to need to get their cars washed. Set up their car wash.
Oh, aren't
so
you-
make some money in the morning, some kids.
And they could sit out there by the creek and wash
or the
cars.
Bohemia people or whatever. But yes, I mean, my car is disgusting. Thank you. So I would love to have somebody wash my car for me.
You are just full of ideas.
I try. I try.
Erin, thanks again for sponsoring the show and letting me take you places you'd never know where you're going to go.
I know.
You're getting nervous, aren't you?
No. it's
Okay.
fine.
All right. Good. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And again, new name.
Abundant Life Babes.
Okay.
Get your
And
shit together financially. Basically, is our tagline.
thank you for throwing that in there. So if I wanted to use this on television, now I can't.
Just bleep that part out.
Oh, okay. I'll bleep that part out.
Yeah.
Thanks, Erin.
You're welcome.
So Dick, one of the things I really admire about you is that, I mean, this is your retirement. So you're not buying a motorhome and traveling the world, but there's nothing wrong with that. You picked, this is a hard project. Why
It is.
Why?
It's hard, but it's I hate to use the word fulfilling, but it's I don't know what the hell you'd call it. I just want to do it. My wife wants to do it. We want to save our history. That's real important to us.
So fulfilling is a good word though, because it's who you are. When you're around here, this is where you're comfortable, huh?
This is where I'm real comfortable. I'm better down. I don't even like going to Eugene. I'd rather come up here.
And when you're up here, what do you think about?
Nothing.
Do you ever walk around here? Because I'm kind of weird this way. Like walk around and think, wonder what the people 100 years ago were thinking when they were up here, and
Thinking about making money, earn a living, being with nature. Nobody tell you what to do. You got to do it yourself to survive. You get hurt, you get hurt. You're on your own. I guess that'd be the way to put it. You're on your own.
so this is. Don't you think there's something in Oregonians? You're an Oregonian.
Right.
That there's this. I had a miner one time. Actually, she was a miner in Granite, Oregon, and she told me, Rick, Oregonians are rugged individualists. And she goes, we think we know everything. We think we want things done our way. And she goes, and that's a good thing because it gives you tenacity. She goes, it's a bad thing because we don't always work well together. And I thought that was it's interesting because I thought that was kind of a good definition is we really do have this pioneer spirit. Our family, our relatives, yours and mine, came out here to get away from something. And it keeps following us. So you're going out farther from Cottage Grove even to find that thing.
You can, I can look at old pictures at the museum of some of these corners with the mule trains going around them. I walk on those corners. I wished I was with the mule train.
Except I do like running water.
It is handy. I'm going to clean all this up, and this will be a fire pit and the chairs and for everybody to sit around at and drink beer and lie to each other.
Is that what miners do?
You have to.
You drink beer and lie to each other, huh?
Yeah, I don't drink anymore, but I'll drink coffee and I can lie better when I'm
He
sober.
spills most of it.
Oops, right there.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, little stairs.
This is the one I believe the club wants to take it over and rebuild it. They'll use it like clubhouse, I guess you'd call it. This is a pretty good old cabin here.
Oh my gosh. Wow. So the club could take this and make it into a place to come up and
They got the
meet.
stream down here. They can teach panning, whatever they want to do.
Look at this, you guys.
I like my chandelier.
It's all ready to go.
All ready to go.
And there's an upstairs to it too, huh?
It's pretty filthy up there.
This is kind of a neat old.
Isn't this a cool room? I like this a lot. Maybe that's why this is like so cool. Part of why it's so cool, because it is real.
It's real. There's nothing phony about it.
Yeah, this isn't some set up mind thing where they bring people in and I like that you give people history, but this is like real. It's not Disney World and created somewhere in the
What's the grill steel for?
hinterland.
Abundant Life Babes, and we do business and personal coaching.
Is that your name?
Yeah, I know, right?
What, seriously?
Yeah, Abundant Life Babes. So we empower women to gain their financial freedom back and to get their shit under control, money, and their business.